What up guys, it's your boy Chillfish here from Rising Duelist. Today I'll be giving you kind of a solo video talking about one of the newest Link monsters that got announced, Mermail Abyssalacia, or Abyssalacia, however you want to pronounce it. Brand new Link monster coming out in the Link Vrains Pack. This is one of the packs that's been getting kind of a lot of support, rumored and confirmed. Various archetypes, Archfiend, some other fun ones that we'll be talking about on the channel here. But today I'm going to talk about the Mermail one because I didn't even know about this up to about last week or a week before when Jay actually hits me up saying, hey, it's a Mermail Link. And I went, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. Mermails, as you guys know from this week's video, is pretty much one of my favorite decks ever created, one of my favorite competitive decks, super rogue tier, love it. However, let's start talking about it because again, this is thoughts on this card, kind of just a general statement. In fact, it was funny because I was actually thinking about doing a what if video, like earlier, what if this kind of deck got this Link monster, so it all kind of works out. So picture's going to be obviously on the video. Her arrows are pointing, you know, bottom left, bottom right, which, sorry guys, I'm looking at the effect right here. We've been kind of confirmed that bottom left, bottom right is the best Link zones, especially in this format, because it just helps out a lot. It doesn't give your opponent anything, helps you. Yeah, it's a two water sea serpent Link monster, which is interesting that it's a sea serpent because any Mermail fan knows that most of the females aren't sea serpents. They're actually, I think, aqua actually. So it's kind of weird that they did that. Link materials, you either need 2 fish, sea serpent, and or aqua monsters. So if I'm reading this correctly, and you're more than welcome to correct me down below, that you need 2 of either fish, sea serpent, and or aqua. So 2 anything like that, which is pretty much the entire Mermail deck, which isn't that hard. The Starboy's been kind of the main Link that most Mermails go to, so just substitute with this card. She's got 3 effects, so let's read them real quick. Or first of all, you can only use each effect among the second and third effects with this card's name once per turn. So second, third effect, you want to do that. Number 1, monsters this card points to gains 500 attack and defense. Nothing really crazy about that, but that does help because especially if you can make her, then make him a Starboy, and then you're pointing one of the other arrows at your, you know, Abyss Megalo. That stacks up your Megalo by 1,000 points, and that's assuming you haven't already done the effect to make it attack twice. So that's phenomenal right there. It's kind of just nice, a little attack boost. Mermails aren't, sorry folks, Mermails aren't, they are kind of aggressive. They're definitely OTK status, but any extra attack helps them get to that status a little quicker. The second effect, during your opponent's turn, it's a quick effect. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Add 1 Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. This is really freaking good because you can just send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. It doesn't really matter what it is. It can even be a dead card you have, which is nice. And you add 1 more monster from your deck to your hand. So you get a search on your opponent's turn. That's fucking phenomenal. Like, you get to do that search with that. You send. There are 2 cards that this works very well with, Abyss Gund and Abyss Lind. Gund, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an Abyss from the graveyard, or a Mermail card. And then Lind, if it's sent, you can special summon one from your hand. So this card on the field, if you have one of those cards in hand, it does allow you to do other things, which is really good, especially if you're going like first and you want to have kind of a good field on it. That's just phenomenal. Third, if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's attack or card effect, so it has to be obviously owned by the player. You can't have you can't big eye steal this or any kind of stealing this card and then use effect on that turn. It has to be in your original possession. Possession is destroyed to the attack by an opponent's attack or card effect, which is nice. You can send 1 water monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then target 1 water monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in defense position. So that's pretty huge too, because 1, you can get the effects of Atlantean Prince, for example. If you send Prince to the graveyard, special summon 1 Atlantean in the grave, you can send Dragoons to the graveyard. Dragoon's effect goes off, and you get a special something else. So you are sending cards to activate the effect. So all the Atlanteans benefit from this card hugely. Yeah, just your heavy infantry, you can pop something. Your marksman, pop a set card. Those things all go off, and that's if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect. So a board wipe, which Mermails don't mind board wipes anyway, but the specific kicker in this one, it has to be an opponent's card effect. Otherwise, you know, Dark Hole would be really good in this, but if your opponent's popping something or if it's just attacking over it, you can then do things and kind of get kind of a circle going. And if not, at least you could send something to the graveyard. Even if you don't really have a really good target, you at least can get something there to at least set off some other monster effect. So that's just huge. Basically, what are my real thoughts on this? Is that this card is going to be pretty good. The fact that the Link 2 is really nice. The fact that the attack also, if I mention the attack, is 1,600. So that's not terrible. 1600 is a pretty decent body. I wish it was 18, but you know, 16 is still good. You know, you can't have for everything. But if you have a Starboy on field and then, or you have this card and then a Starboy, you do get that little protection boost from that. And that just helps a lot, especially Link 2s aren't super hard to make in general. And I don't know. What do you guys think down below? Do you think that this is going to make Mermails get more Link focused? I mean, I do know that there was a time where Mermails were, you didn't really need the extra deck that much, and then there was a time, at least pre-Link, where you were just spamming extra deck as much as you can, you know, with Instant Fusion, Nord, and all the good days. Like, you know, I love that format, except for Zoo, but I like playing that in the format because you get so many things going off, and then, you know, Bahamut Shard, Treek Toad combos, and then now it's kind of taken more of a semi, you can go off if you get the links to it. If you can't, it's just a really good field presence. It comes more OTK, especially with Megalo. So I'm really excited for this card. I'm actually excited for a lot of the new Link monsters that are coming out. I feel like Konami is finally doing what they should have done from the beginning of the Link format, is just give us a lot of Link monsters. That's been kind of my big gripe at the whole thing. When we switched to pendulums, they gave us, it didn't change the game, didn't change the feel of the game. So it didn't really matter that you were playing pendulums or if you weren't. For Links, they did a whole recall, reset, reboot, whatever you want to call it, and then we just didn't have anything at the time. So I'm really excited to see this. There's other archetypes that are coming out there. We're going to feature several on our channels. Do you have any cards you want to talk about, by the way? For the Thoughts On series, we just talk about cards in general. If you have any comments on any cards you want to see us discuss, even specifically if you want me, Jay, D, Kono Bandit, Ted Sworn, whoever you want, please comment below. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of these new Link stuff. What do you guys think? Comment again, comment below, subscribe, like. Please share us on social media. We do have a Facebook and all that good stuff. And this is Chillfish signing off.